Those of us who went to summer camp know that it is an important time in a child's personal development, and camp is an experience not to be missed. The Sunshine Fund is an organization that makes sure that no kid misses out on that chance. Here with how the Sunshine Fund helps kids and families is the Executive Director, Liz Kovach, joins us. Liz, let's talk about how the fund actually works. How do you guys help kids?
We help kids by raising money so that we can pay for their camp fees so that they can go in the summer. We have an application process where kids in families with certain income levels get approved, and that's how they apply.
So mom and dad go online and they fill in the forms about the household income and things like that?
Yes, so we usually get a lot of people just come in to fill out the application in our office because they're aware of our process, but we do have the application online.
Okay, and then so the basic questions of money and things like that, how old the kids are, what they're interested, that kind of stuff?
That's correct. So we ask for their interests, and because there are some camps that are more popular than others, we do ask them to provide us with their 1, 2, and 3.
Okay,
top 3 choices.
And we were reading them earlier. The kids then make sure they write a letter about why they want to go to camp.
They do, and it's kind of a fun process for us. We don't actually use that letter to make the decision. It's not the make it or break it. It's more for us to really understand why kids want to go, why it's important for them, and it makes us remember why we actually exist. And it reminds us quickly as kids when we're in our formative years what it is that makes us feel important, how we develop. So it just brings us back to some of those things, and it brings it back to the whole tangibility of this is why we exist, this is why we need to continue raising money, and this is why there's a need in the community.
Well, those of us who grew up in summer camps as counselors and stuff, we understand it. But for anybody who hasn't had that experience, what does camp give a kid?
Camp is a unique culture. You're away from home for a week if you're at a residential camp, which is kind of scary for parents sometimes to let go of their kids, but it's also scary for kids because they're not in the comfort of their own home, they're not in their own bed, there's no TV there, it's different. But it's a completely different atmosphere. It's not revolving necessarily around sports, it's about different activities, finding the interest in what kids like. You're now with a different dynamic of people, you have to learn how to communicate, it teaches you some interpersonal skills, and how to work as a group. You've got your camp checks every day, your cabin has to be clean, and I know myself, I'm not the neatest person in the world, but you know, having to be in a cabin or a tent with somebody who is neater, those are tough, those are relationships that you have to kind of manage. So
it's almost like we give young people a chance to see what adulthood is going to be like.
Absolutely, it totally prepares you for being in the workplace, for being in university, having to work with groups. It's all about developing those skills that make us successful in our adulthood.
And you must see a lot of parents who say, my kid grew up while they were away with you for a week. Absolutely,
it's a very common thing to hear parents say, my kid came back a completely different kid.
And it's usually a very, very good thing.
Absolutely, absolutely.
We've got all the information for how your youngster can apply and how you can help out with the camp on breakfasttelevision.ca. Coming up, we're going to check out one of the camps that's on the list there. Camp Arnis is going to show us how to zorb.
You're very brave.
Well, I don't actually know what it is yet, so we'll find out in mere moments what's waiting for your kid when they go to camp. Going to take a break. There's plenty still to come on BT.